Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm streaming some 2D Forex today. I think today's Sunday, I guess. Man, the weekend sure flies. I know that's like a common concept. Yesterday we were working on making we added some events and we added a new type, which is they're going to add these scavengeable things to here. Oh, I almost forgot I'm trying to get this to sync. Is that working? I guess it's working. So when you don't get, so for these events you don't get the reward right away. It goes into these scavengeable goods that it slowly goes down as your population scavenges them. There was a bug, and I fixed it last night. I was waiting for a frozen pizza to cook, and I was like, wait. I bet you if I just look at one thing, and then I looked at the one thing, and I was like, I don't want to look at this, and then I copied and pasted it in ChatGPT, and it just made it more convoluted because that's what GPT does. It's not in the quartermaster though. I don't remember where it was. County generation. Yeah, so I left this in here. This is what it changed. I didn't even look at it. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was back to the globals. We were talking about this. This was set to just get one of each, and then it wasn't shuffling them because there's just one. I mean, it could have also been the problem, but we got this going. 2D Forex is like the working title of this game that I'm working on, and I was thinking that I need to like rethink how I'm developing this thing. I was thinking about this right before I started streaming because I don't know. So these events kind of suck, honestly. When I was thinking about them, they do suck. They're lame. They're not very good events. There's kind of I think it's the development process that's the problem. Besides the state of the game, I'm trying to like pump out too much too soon. I need to like make this more so because there should be like multiple choices. You know, you get the stuff, you don't get the stuff is currently, and I was saying this yesterday, like some of the events, there's no reason to have decline because you would just always take it. And I know these are like the most basic events that we're doing right now, but also like the text kind of sucks. There should be more like story based so that you're an emergent world is happening. So yeah, these things kind of suck. And this is broken, I think. We're going to find out right now. So what this should do is add 500 on to Portland. And I don't think it works. Yeah, it didn't work. So it should add 500 in there, and it didn't. So there's something wrong with how I was doing the math. I think that was in the banker. So let's see what we did here. We also put this in here. So this should be... I'm wondering if the correct event county is not getting assigned. Even if no, it wouldn't matter. These all have, let's see if we have an extra. Oh, there is a max that it can have. No, is there a max? I don't think there's a max, no. Maybe there is. Oh, look, somebody scavenged here. It's kind of interesting that no one is scavenging there. They should have. I wonder what they're doing. We can't look at them because they're not our county, but these other ones have very limited scavenging. I wonder if Cowlitz is broken. We might be able to look at them. Let's see what they're doing. What would we get? Where would we find these people? We would need to go. There's another way we have to go around to get to this. We got to go to Faction 1. We got to go to faction data. We got to go to counties faction owns and population data list. And then let's see if this will tell us. I think, what are we doing here? How many days have passed? Because they should be scavenged. We're on day 4 and they've scavenged nothing. Yeah, that's definitely a bug of some sort. Or it's pulling the wrong information. Why did I just notice that just now? So who is this person? What are they doing? There should be an activity somewhere in here. Activity 10. What is 10? See, why can't it show the enum? Activity is 10. Let's see. Activities. It's probably idle. Idle should be earlier, I would think, though, unless I did it alphabetically. Activities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They must have built something, which is possible. Yeah, they built a fisher's shed, and then everybody's working there. 6 people can't work at a fisher's shed. Only 5 people can, though, I think, unless that's changed. I should not look at this because then we'll just go down this weird side thing where it won't matter because it will be working correctly, and I'm just thinking it's broken. Where the fuck are my county improvements? Why can't I find what I'm looking for ever? They're up here. County improvements. Fisher's shed. We might have had it on 10. We're on remote. Somewhere in here. Yeah, it's 5 workers. So then that person is set on work. That person's actually a leader. I wonder what's going on over there. See, they have 0 idle workers. No one's scavenging. So what would the 6th person be doing? We can't look at their county improvements either. We could go back to here. Go back to here. Go back to here. Let's just see what this other person is doing. Just activity is also 10. So they're both on work. What does this say? It says this one person's idle. They are definitely generating something. Story event, found cloth. Okay, so that doesn't matter because they're not exploring. We don't have that written for the AI to do. Marilyn is idle, but we can't look at their name. It's just this gibberish. Yeah, I mean, we can look at it, but we have to go through each one. Edward, Robin, Harry. Marilyn's not even in this. Marilyn, Raymond. What's going on here? Judith, Cowlitz. Marilyn is idle. Edward. What did we just stumble across here? Robin. Harry. There is no. Why does that keep jumping? No Marilyn in Cowlitz. Marilyn is idle. Marilyn. Look at this. Has been equipped. So that Marilyn is supposedly a hero here. I wonder if this is a person in here. Huh. This has happened before where basically what it is, since Cowlitz is the first one, things occasionally break and it's the first one. Since it's the first one, it gets the broken stuff usually. There is an idea that I was having. Maybe we need to rebuild the counties because we have fucked with the county data and that needs to be rebuilt sometimes. So let's just run this for a second and see what happens. Well, now Cowlitz is... I wonder if Cowlitz has got the 500, but it was 500 across the board. I wonder if that was just... I should not worry about it right now. I should just not worry about it right now. Oh, but like, see, this one has... They must have built something. Anyways, we'll worry about that later. We'll just pretend like I never saw it. And we'll go back to what I was doing, which was we are not getting these... the exploration event. Let's do this one more time so we can have some logs. We'll have you explore in Portland. We'll run this thing at high speed. We found remnants, so this is a different order. This should go up. It did. Found scavengeable remnants. We're going to click this. I was thinking, I bet you, it just dawned on me, I think what we did is in here, no, in the story event control, if there's only one. Yeah, so what we did, if there's one, if it's greater than 1 and I is 0, it assigns this. So it thinks because there's only one that this is actually a decline button. So it doesn't do anything. It doesn't attach it just hides it. It just attaches this hide thing. So this doesn't work unless we give it an option. So we'll do, just to make this work. Yeah, that would throw off all of them if we did the other way. So we will put a decline button in here just to make life easier, and that will solve that problem, I think. So let's go back to this new one here. And I think what we'll do today is we'll make sure we have all the basic different types of events, because we want like a bad events, whatever. We'll put all the basic ones in, and then we'll go from there. Decline. Yeah, thinking about how the events suck, it like started me thinking like there's a lot of stuff that sucks in this that we need to like, I don't even know what to do. That is too much work. Ignore the cache. No, I think they said this is this is like at a hardware store. The store. All right. I didn't translate these. Translate. Let me double check something here. That things are working. Looks like they are. Yeah, I bring this movie up occasionally. There was like a documentary about indie gamers. And it was like all these people who had poured their life into the indie game, and my friends were like, you should watch this thing. You know, this is before I even started doing any development, and they were like, we know that you would one day you want to make games, you should watch this. It's really eye-opening, and I just found everyone in it kind of sad. And I didn't even watch the whole thing because everyone seemed kind of unrealistically pathetic. Like, the people that were just like living in this fantasy world about how their game was gonna change the world and they were gonna make all this money and whatever, and they had quit their job 10 years ago and they were living off their mom or something. And I'm not saying like they were, like, that's fine, who cares? If that's the way they can do it, but the way they were portraying themselves, that you spelled decline, kind of bothered me to the point where I didn't want to watch it. I was like, I don't kind of want to watch these dudes like whine. Vegetable remnants? What did I copy and paste? Scavengeable. All right, let's run this again and test. So I have to keep that in mind, that we do need a decline button in there. Unless we want it to do nothing at all. Which is how I found nothing, when people find nothing. This one we'll say nothing. We'll say not take that. No, we don't want that one. Okay, and we got all 4. Oh, we needed to Oh, it still didn't work. That was unexpected. We need to re-import this for the translation to work. That shouldn't matter. But we can't re-import it while it's open. Let's save this. Let's close this. And then... So let's look at how this is getting fired. We have add story event, county. This passes in the story events. We have all these rewards. Let's see what this says. Is added. So if we go is added, Okay, so this should... where's our switch we wrote yesterday? Apply. Oh, here's the problem. We want this to be this. Yeah, and I used to stream indie games on my other channel. I was thinking about that too, like how someone else I know just kind of stopped streaming out of the blue, and I did that after a couple of years of doing it. But so I've talked to a lot of different developers because they would drop into my stream, and most of them did not give me the impression that this here's the one that we want to test. And that didn't seem, that went up. Oh wait, we said 500. No, that was right. That was right. I will say it's too heavy. All right, perfect. So that's all we needed for that. And most of the devs that I talked to were actually pretty nice people, except for one guy I just thought of. That guy wasn't nice. He did not like my critical feedback at all. It's because this game kind of sucked. What a fucking asshole I am. No, his game's bad. There's this thing, and it happens on occasionally on games, and I haven't figured out why it happens. Like why. I know why it happens, but basically your mouse, when it's almost always on a first-person shooter, so your mouse is hidden somewhere from the player, but the mouse is on the screen. And so when you're aiming, you can move the mouse actually off your screen, and then it doesn't work when it's like, so the mouse isn't contained on the screen, so it needs to be forced to be contained, right? And on the screen, but there's something on some games, how it works is that, like, if you do borderless window or something, it will go off the screen. And for some reason, fixing that must be a huge pain, because every time it's happened in any game, the developer's always like, no, you have to do full screen, not borderless window. But the issue is I want to do borderless window because I'm streaming and I want to be able to get to OBS without alt-tabbing, because on my other computer, when I alt-tab, it adjusts the graphics on both monitors, so like everything kind of turns off briefly. But it must be a pain to do on borderless window. And that was the issue with this guy's game, is that when you would be aiming, you could aim as you turn to the right or left. No, it was only to the right. It would stop working because my mouse would be on the other screen, but I couldn't see it on the other screen. That's what was happening. And I showed him, and he was very upset about me pointing it out. Not very upset. He just didn't give a fuck. All right. Anyways, what are we doing? This is done. This part is done. So what we need to do is, like I said, I think what we should do is we should get the basics of each different type working now. And we have a list. Chat has helped me make a list here. This is done. We will do that. And so what we need to do, this one what is this one? Increase the amount of food that is scavengeable. So this would work. This one's working. So we'll close this one. Get small amount of goods, including finished goods. These work. Also, I want to do the dynamic events. I've talked about this a bunch, where like your choices actually matter to the whole world. Like if you constantly are taking violent things, that makes the violence level in the background, the player wouldn't know. And also like kind of ticks off certain other ones that would cause other events. Find valuables. So that would be, find valuables is one we could do. This is for, basically we have county level goods. Here, where's the game? We have county level goods, which are like counties that you can look at this, and you can get these type of goods like scouting equipment, iron ore. We added iron ore yesterday, and iron the day before. No, I think both of those were yesterday. I don't know. And we added cloth. I was actually having different thoughts about Cloth and Victoria 3. So I keep comparing to Victoria 3 because this part is very similar. It wasn't on purpose. I had never played Victoria 3 until after I started this game. But in Victoria 3, the cloth is like leather is considered cloth. Like everything that is cloth-like becomes cloth. I don't know if we want to make it how granulated we want to make things. But we'll worry about that later. There's going to be a lot of balancing and whatnot. Anyway, so there's these like county level ones are like these goods. And then we have faction level ones like money. And so money, and this is influence and money. How the civilization runs at the beginning of this game is it's like an anarchist commune where everyone just kind of is hanging out, and they're only following you because they think you're a good leader. I know that's not anarchy, but a good leader. They don't have to follow you, and they do their own thing a little bit, like they go scavenge and whatnot. So I don't know. It's like more of a commune, less communism, some sort of fascist commune. I don't know. Anyways, but you spend your influence kind of like money, but eventually you'll change your economy to match whatever. If you want, you don't have to, but it's influence based. Random Raccoon, how's it going? Are you playing as a lobbyist? No. So money at the beginning is actually useless. Money is nothing. But if you want to change to economy or you want to make people happy, you can give them money to a point, sort of. But it's pointless. I'm surprised there isn't a lobbyist video game out there where you change the world through your big piles of cash. Aren't you in the UK though, or somewhere? Do they have lobbyists there? I thought that was like a kind of a uniquely United States. Oh, yeah, it says UK in your name. Did I ask how you were doing? Anyways. You know what? I was going to tell you. Remember how I was like saying tile map layers are awesome? I saw on Reddit someone like the post was like, why do tile map layers suck? I was like, wait, I think they're awesome. And then I read through the thread, and it was just all these people pointing out all these issues with them. And I was like, man, it works for me. I guess the basic stuff is pretty awesome, but then the minute you try to do anything out of the basic, the basic tile map layer is when it kind of falls apart. And I also was using the tile map layer different than how it looks like everyone. Yeah. So I'll show it to you real quick how I was doing it. Trying to think which one has the best example, and we'll start. So I don't do it the way that most people do it because I don't like. Where's my tile map? We don't want that one. So I put each one of these in as like they're individual. So everyone else, like the way you're supposed to do it is with a, what do they call that map thing? And I hate that shit. So I make them all individual tiles. And so that's one of the many things. I mean, Atlas is one term, but there's another term for it. It's tile sheet. I know they're calling it a tile set down here, but they have like the sheets. I don't like the sheets. So there were also like lots of people were complaining about like when you have a tile sheet, first you have to create this tile sheet and put it in here. And that's part of the reasons I don't use a tile sheet is I don't like creating the tile sheets. You know, because you have to like put all your tiles in a perfect whatever. I just don't like that shit. So I'm individually in here. And then you just say this is a different Atlas. So like this is Atlas 3, you know. This is Atlas 2. That's how and so that actually avoided a lot of the problems that they were talking about. But I guess when I was reading the thread, I was like, man, all these things these guys are pointing out are legitimate issues with tile map layers. So I don't know. there was lots of people who were just, I just wrote my own. It's like, oh God. I want to use the stuff that's built into the engine to its maximum potential, but I guess you can't do that sometimes. What the fuck were we doing here? So yesterday I was listening to Conflict, the band, and I decided to listen to a different album today, and it's all fucking reggae. And I don't want to listen to reggae ever. So I gotta switch my music here because this is killing me. There we go. It's been like 25 minutes of me listening to reggae. All right, so we fixed that. So we got to do the next type, which was what was it? We were just gonna do it. Found valuables. So let's do a faction level 1. Like I said just at the beginning, the valuables is cash money. I mean, it could be whatever, gold chains, but it's not very useful. So it's not a useful. You ever seen Dawn of the Dead where they go to the bank and there's just money everywhere and they just take pictures with it because that's all. They're doing like selfies with money. The original Dawn of the Dead. That's what we're going to do. So let's do one of these. We just got to make sure it works. It shouldn't be that hard. I say that. We'll put it in a different spot though. River. So we have two on ruins. Forest. Let's do it forest. Where's Portland? Portland, I mean, I know where Portland is. What do we got in Portland? Ruin, forest, and river. Let's do river. I was thinking river, this one has something about a river boat. So we could also do another river boat. So we'll duplicate this. This is going to be 3 because these are by category. That's what these numbers are, even though I have not written. We'll do money. And then we'll go to I closed it. We'll go to our Excel or comma separated. How is your game going? I was pretty impressed. I think I lurked for a while in your stream while I was working the other day, and you had some battles and stuff going on, some space battles. All right, so we're gonna need a title. We're gonna need a description. We need all of these things except for one of them. You know what I bet you I could do here? We don't need that. Is this gonna put a? It didn't. So we need a title. Found money. We need a description. Come on, fingers. River. Found money. I think we are going to have to put in the category. I was hoping we wouldn't, but I'm seeing here. That's why we're going to do part of this too. But like I said, these events kind of suck. Found money. We should call it something else. I was just talking to someone on my Discord about, they were working on their game and the multiplayer is making things difficult, and I was like, yeah, it's going not too well. Found money. I want to call it, I guess we'll do it this way. Where's our description? It's going well. Good. Yeah, it looked good when I was watching it the other day. I must say when I was playing it. When I downloaded it from your computer and played it. You were doing some. Maybe I wasn't lurking. Maybe I was talking. I don't remember. Maybe it was when I was talking about tile maps. The expedition has A hidden safe filled with jewels has been found by the expedition. Once again, since these suck, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Take all the valuables. See, once again, there's no reason to have leave, like, because there's no reason not to take it. Right. I think only like very few amount of people wouldn't even know what the UAC is. I have mine turned all the way up. This is all worthless. Why take it? Leave it. Well, I want to make sure that leave it. The player knows that. Whoa. I don't know what I just hit. Control W? Is that what I hit? Hopefully that saved that. Trying to hit Control S. Alright, it did save it. And then let's go back to this. Now what am I hitting? Control X and C at the same time. This is going to go here. Oh my god, fingers, come on. We need the description. And then we need the accept, choice. We just have to test this is why we got to do this. And then we need the decline choice. Oh, except these are wrong. River. River. Money. I should have copied this after I did the other thing. Money. All right, River. You need to come back. There we go. Why do I keep clicking that? Things are in different order today here, too. Do I have two of these open? No. Oh, that thing happened I was talking about yesterday, where there was a dead version of Godot in the background when I minimized everything at the end of the day after I stopped. Like, the game was, it was, in the minute you click on it, it croaks. So, like, I clicked and it was still there, like, this could still work, but when I click on something, it croaks. It's not a good sign. I was pretty sure it was my computer until that. All right, so we have found money, but we got to fix this stuff. So this, it should work because of remnants. I wonder if it's my computer, though, just because this thing's kind of a piece of junk. Money. And then this, though, this is an instant story type. 50 river. I guess it doesn't matter if it's faction or not. Let's see what happens. I think it does, and I don't know if I know we didn't test it. We're gonna get, I didn't re-import the localization thing, so we'll get the fun stuff here. We have river, we're gonna research, we're gonna pop this puppy on high speed here, and then we'll kick back and wait for something. Take the junk. We'll make sure that this goes up by 500. It did. Where's our money? Where's our money? Come on, it's really the last one? I don't believe you. Okay, so we gotta see if this number goes up by 50. It did not, and we got a bug. I had a feeling. Key not found because it's looking in county. It's looking in county goods, and it's a faction good. So what we need to do is differentiate. So that, see how this said add story event county good. We need to put in here somewhere. Maybe in this, we have a switch somewhere. So down here, look at all these GD prints we got in here. This whole method is just a bunch of GD prints for testing. I'm still using breakpoints, by the way, and I still think they're amazing. Like, when you got a real problem, they're the way to go. The reason I'm bringing it up is because you're part of the inspiration for me to try it. What the fuck does this thing want? You want to be private? Be private then. Okay, so what we need to do is if story event data reward good type, is that a thing, is equal to county good. I swear I had one of these tests, these method to test for this already, but when I looked, I didn't see it. Maybe I just thought about writing it. Guess so. Then this will go up here. And then else, it's going to tell me to do this some different way, and we'll do it that other way. This will go in here. This will be faction. What did we call that? I don't remember what it's called. This is just goods. Do we have these differentiated? I don't remember. I thought we combined them at some point. Faction data. Yeah, this is by counting good type. Are we storing that shit in the faction level? That would make sense. I guess we gotta pop open the faction data here. Faction data. Faction goods. Yeah, so we have them by, which makes sense. So what we'll do is we'll click on a bunch of the wrong shit here first. Story event control, banker. We should rename the banker, by the way. He's kind of like the mathematician or something. He counts stuff. I forget, whatever I decided yesterday was a good name for him, but now I forgot what it was. If this is a county good, it goes there. Otherwise, it goes to faction data dot faction goods. Get rid of this goods. And then this is going to go reward good, faction good type. Really? Sure, let's do this twice. And then that's going to go there with the reward amount. It's going to add on top of it. Oh, it didn't have me do it a different way. This is going to be wrong. Let's just get rid of this shit. I haven't even looked at it. The minute I delete it, I'm going to wonder, like, I'm going to look at it. All right, we'll just get rid of this. Add story event good. It's not a county good anymore. It's either one. Then we will go through here. We'll run this. We'll see if this one's last again. Then there's probably something wrong. It should not be last. It should be random amount. It should. They should all be. We should get a list of all of the ones that are available and then randomize them, and then you get them. So, I noticed that we were always getting found remnants first, and then it finally fixed after I messed with it a little bit last night. See, this is concerning me. Well, there's only 4, so then if it's wood, it will be concerned too. No, so we got this. This is the new found money one. We will import the thing in a second. We want to watch at the top. It did go up. And then we want to watch at the top for the next one. Scavengeable remnants. And then there should be a third one. Or a fourth one, I mean. We haven't gotten found wood yet. There it is. So there's also 2 found remnants, so that's also another reason why it would look similar, but that was a different order. All right. Those are good. And I think it's working. So now let's create a different type. Found valuables is a different type. Now we're going to get into the weird ones. Pre-built buildings, found people, found dangerous animal bandits. For some reason, we're going to do those ones last. For some reason, when we add a good to the player goods via story event, it checks if it's perishable. That doesn't seem necessary. Is necessary spelled wrong? Add story. What the fuck is this? For some reason, we're adding a good to the player goods via story event. It checks if it's perishable. Is it doing that? It's not doing that. I just looked at that. It just adds it. Let's get rid of that. I don't know what that is. Some weird old note. If we run into it again, I'll just reopen it or write a new one. Pre-built buildings. So we were kind of talking about this yesterday, like if you found like an area that a pit mine or something. And I also have had this idea where you would find buildings that could generate like loyalty and happiness, which we do not have any of those. Even the concept of that being possible is not in the code yet. So when we add in, so we're going to get the game running perfectly with one faction, and the faction is going to be like the standard human faction with realistic weapons, whatever, all like based in reality. But then we're going to put in druids are going to be second. Druids will be second, and one of the things I was going to have with them is them going to find like a forest glade where they, you know, can interact with the forest and whatnot. And then we're going to add vampires and Cthulhu-esque things. Then I want to add like a bunch of factions, but that's way, way, way down the road. That'll be the $200 DLC. DLC per resource that you get. So let's do... Yeah, we'll do this building one. So the next event we'll have to do... Let's do this too. Let's file open readme. Okay. And let's put in the readme the different categories of what the story events are. Let's do it right here. What do we got? 4 of these things? Story event categories. That's not how you spell that. I think there's an E in there. 1. I want to use a dash because it's not like this. 1 is found good. 2 is found scavengeable good. Either canned food or remnants. And then 3 found we should name these different. We can do it real quick. Found county good. Found, we'll fix this in a second. Faction good. 4 is, what the fuck are we reading? Found county improvement. 5 found people. And that's all we know right now. But let's change this just so that found county good and found faction good are next to each other. So this is going to be 2, this is going to be 3. Let's move this down to here. Move you up to here. Save. Let's go back, rename this shit. You are going to be 2. You were going to be 3. Where are we at? There we go. So then we have some knowledge here for the... We can, if we're confused later, because we're going to have a bazillion of these events. The idea is that you can be searching for a long time. And this how long it takes to search and find something is not how long it takes in the real game. It's going to take much longer. These are bonus things, and we're going to have to balance it on how much time you want to spend. While your hero could be doing other things, because once again, the population is going to be a big deal. So let's do it in forest. Yeah, that's perfect, because we can do we can have like a primitive forest, but it wouldn't be primitive. So we're gonna have to make a new county improvement for this test. So let's do that first, I suppose. Do we have a thing in the README on how we do that? Because it'd probably be nice to have construction good for county improvement. It seems very convoluted over here. Adding a county improvement. Let's do that. County good. Adding a county. We'll capitalize this. County improvement. Step 1. I don't know. What's step 1? Step 1 is create the county improvement. So we only have a couple. What does one of these look like? Not the warehouse. So what we want is a lumberjack station. Lumberjack station actually is not a primitive one. It's just like a standard old lumberjack station. So we could use that one. But we could... We don't have tiers yet. Oh man, this is going to throw a wrench in everything. So we need 2. We want in this one. This is good. Even though I don't want to do this right now. it's a requirement. We don't have anything that is like an upgrade yet in the game. But like I said, you know how like I was saying earlier that the events kind of suck? They don't kind of suck. They do suck. So do the county improvements. They also suck. Everything sucks. So the work skill is leadership. The fuck out of here. So I see I changed an enum and I didn't go back and adjust these. This is the one problem with the enums. Converted warehouse. People don't work here. So what is the work skill for? Labor's fine. Fishing's fine. Farming. Botany. Do we have a different one? Gardening? What are we on? Gardening, yeah. Botany. Wait, why did I put this on fish? This is farm. Wait, botany? Biology? Botany? See, this is going to be a constant thing. As we add more shit to this, we're going to always have to be going through. Researcher is production. Warfare for scouting equipment. Lumberjacking. Scout, we didn't even have that skill last time. What are our options here? I bet you our research is all fucked up too now. It's not the end of the world. Like, the game should still work, but it's just everything's going to work wrong. Yeah, we'll do warfare. Kind of. So back to this. Yeah, we need 2 tiers of county improvement. So what we could have, we'll have it. Let's look at our research, actually. Let's go into the game and look at our research. We haven't done that in a long time. Yeah, so basic production gets you, I couldn't even remember. Basic production is going to give you access to these 3 things. So we probably should, I want to do improvised. The word improvised, not primitive. So the first one will be improvised lumberjack station. Like, this is just like yeah, so we'll do that. I wish I had a different picture. I wish I had more pictures, but what we'll do is maybe we'll put like a 2 on here. Or like a 3. Because this is going to be a pretty big... Oh, does it need electricity? Probably. We're not going to have electricity right now. Just ignore it. We're just going to not have... We'll have to have... we'll put a thing in like a bool or something. You know what we could do? Have it water-based. Have it some sort of powered by rivers. All right, so the basic production, then basic research gives you that. We have basic storage. And then we have primitive scouting. So do we have a tier already in county improvements? Let's close some of this. It's going to be kind of a... I was thinking there, where are we at? County improvement data. There's so many goods now that it throws me off. I think I'm in the wrong spot. County improvement data in my code here. What the fuck are we looking for? Unique input goods. Input goods. Status. Population. What we're looking for is like tier. We have it in research tiers, but I don't think we have... Look at that, 129 usages on this county improvement thing. All right, so what we need to do is we do need a tier. And how we'll do it, I was just kind of thinking, I hadn't thought of this at all. I don't think I've ever thought about this. Because it's by research tier. So in research, we already have the type, like that's why this is over here, is because this is the tier. But we don't have tiers on the actual county improvement. Maybe we should, let me rethink this. I had an idea that maybe I'll just throw that idea away. Research items. We want to look at research item data. What do you want? Oh, it doesn't like that D being capitalized. So in here, the second thing is tier. We might not need that this manually added to the... Is it manually added? I don't think it is. I think we got rid of that. I think it used to be manually added. And it was a pain in my ass. Let's look. Yeah, it kind of sucked that it was manually added. Yeah, it's not manually added. Oh, wait, maybe it is. No, we do need that. This is an old note. So the tier like columns are there, but they get instantiated. All right, so if we have the research tier, so this thing that we're going to create, do we actually need a tier? How does it know that you can build it? How do you upgrade? We're going to have upgrades. So if you have a primitive, um, if you have an improvised lumberjack shack, oh yeah, the jack shack, that was the joke. So if you have the improvised jack shack and you want to improve it, how is that going to work? Do we need it tier based, or do we need it, we just put in like a data in there and you can drag it in there? You can just drag it over and put in that's where you can upgrade it to. What happens if there's multiple choices of upgrades? Let's say you could go one direction with one thing and the other direction with the other thing. That would be nice. So I always talk about, like, I think it was in Hearts and Iron 3, but it could have been 2. Where you could pick like kind of the wrong research path. It was for light tanks, by the way. In the wrong research path, you could go all the way down in. It was kind of a waste of your time to ever do that. But sometimes you would, because you couldn't see what was coming up. And I kind of wanted to have that as a possibility. Like their two choices are equally shitty, but you got to pick one. You know what I mean? So what happens if you have two choices? So we could stick an array in there. That's what we'll do, is we'll have to have an array. Why does this matter right now? I got to think. Does it matter right now? It doesn't really matter right now. So let's not do anything with it, except I want to create an improvised. We'll have the lumberjack station, and we'll do it because I want to at this point. I want to have different ones. So we can either rename this one. Let's create a new one. So this is going to be improvised. What did we find out yesterday about the spaces in the name of these things? Improvised. Just making sure I spelled that right. Make sure my test shit is working. All right. Improvised lumberjack station. So this will be the first, what? This will be the first one. And this will be like the, So we'll have to have like a standardization of names. So there would be, like improvised will be the first one, primitive will be the second one, whatever, because otherwise it's going to get confusing. For right now, we'll just leave this here. So what does it say? Improvement lumberjack station. So what we need to do here is add in. What else do we need in here? We need a description. Construction costs, because the construction costs are going to be very, very low for that. And then the one you'll get for this event will be the lumberjack station. The one you'll get research for is the improvised one. Because remember, this research isn't like you're discovering this stuff from scratch. What you're doing is you're just like basically saying like, sure would be a good idea to have a lumberjack station here, Well, what does that entail? Well, we need some axes. All right, there's our research. It's done. We need a chainsaw. I think we're going to have to add electricity at some point. Sooner than I was thinking. Because I'm already thinking like we need electricity or something for that. Some sort of power generation. But that should happen way later. We'll have to think about that too. But anyways, let's put this thing in here. Improvement. We'll actually, let's copy. I'm going to take a break in a second, but let's copy these things. Improvement. Do I still have that up? Nope, of course not. Improvised. Why does that look wrong to me? Improvised. This is like the simplest word. Improvise. Then we need a description. We don't have tooltips in here. That's going to be a bummer because we're going to have to go back through. The idea being that if you hovered over this, it would give you different information. We'll have to deal with that later, which is a bummer as well, though, because it's going back and changing all this stuff's going to suck. We need improvised. Improvised. Improvement description. Improvised. Come on, fingers. And then we're going to do improvised. Verjack station. And this is going to be an area thrown together with a few axes and other tree chopping equipment. Period. And then we'll translate all of this stuff. And then I will go on a break. That is what we will do. Whoops. Once again, I know that this De Niro, this translation is not good. We'll have to have a real Spanish speaker. Then we're going to have to do, like, is it Latin American Spanish or what? All right. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to leave up this spreadsheet because that's like the most exciting thing you can possibly do, right? Is have a spreadsheet up. I'm going to leave this spreadsheet up, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Oh, except you can't see anything. Fine. We'll leave up this. This is exciting. All right, be right back. I'm back. And I gotta start my music that you guys can't hear, and I'm cold for some reason. Why am I cold? Just suddenly cold. All right. What we're doing? We did some translations. We saved that improvised. Thought I saw that the description was spelled wrong. All right, so we got improvements. We need to copy over these. We're on the right one, I hope. Sometimes you gotta really double click these. Forcefully double click them. All right, so the work skill is lumberjack, botany. Maximum number of construction. This is the improvised one. That will be less. This one will be more. We'll say 1,000 for this one. And we need to stick this into the correct research thing. This should be... This is wrong. This is way wrong. This should be wood. It is a building material. Didn't we add a new building material in? Yeah, raw. It is a raw material, but it's also a building material. So I don't know how we're going to do that. We'll have to figure that out at some point. It's going to be kind of an issue later. Output goods. We don't have any in here. All daily work amount and improvements completed. I don't remember what this is. All daily work. Oh, that's just, I know what that is. Unique input goods. I remember, I can't remember the unique, what this does, why we had to do this unique thing. I think it has to do with copying. Yeah, I don't know if I put in the README. Did I? Because there is something weird with that, the unique thing. Adjust unique generic production to the correct amount. The main thing is work costs so that the daily amount generated is correct. I think there was something to do with making a copy. Man, I should have put better notes in there. Maybe I put better notes in the actual code. County stockpile goods, that is not, status is none. So we made a copy of this one, but this is wrong. It's wood. These are all going to be thrown off as well because we adjusted stuff. See, when we adjust, yeah, see, this is should be storage. Non-perishable. Labor engineering, is that the best? It is, yeah, these are all thrown off because we've added stuff. I wonder if this is, oh, this produces both. So I think this actually should be none. I can't remember. These are all thrown off. Fish, at least. Construction cost is nothing. The resource type is fish. Production data is fish. Man, I put some notes in. Farm. Remnants 1, and this one costs money because we were just testing something. We're going to have to go through all of these and fix them. Every once in a while, we're going to have to do that. But I'm pretty sure this should have none. It doesn't have any resource. All right, so let's fix this research thing because that's probably busted too. So basic production should have an array in here of what it gets. And this is, are these unique? It doesn't look like they're unique. We want improvised. I see that bug down there, but we're just going to ignore it. So this should get these things. Let's save this. Let's close it. Let's re-import it. We probably should switch to Spanish pretty soon here so that we can see if this is working. There we go. Now we want to close this thing. Let's rerun this. And we'll take a look first at research to make sure that the research is showing the correct county improvement. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but also at the same time, like me complaining that everything sucks. That we're having to do like these major changes to how things work, but it's also making the game more of a game. Improvised lumberjack station with no whatever, and it produces construction goods as 1,000 canned food for some reason. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop fucking around. We're gonna have to stop. I'm being serious. We're with like tests where I throw in like some random shit. We're gonna have to put in real things. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of this. We're gonna start putting in real stuff, and we're gonna try to put it for the real amounts and whatnot. Goods produced per day without bonus. None. So this one we need to put the goods produced in too. Yeah, so let's make these more like realistic. We'll probably adjust the work amount. So let's go back in and remember how this shit works. So this one, for the improvised lumberjack station, we actually don't need, we need construction costs. So what do we got in here? We have this canned goods. So what do we need to do the improvised? It needs to be a little bit. So we'll say, we could just put straight remnants. I was thinking wood, but no, let's put like straight remnants in for this one. Can I change this easily? No. Okay, so let's go remnants. Yeah, because at this point there's so much stuff that's like just randomly thrown in for testing that it's making it confusing. So we got to go to goods here. We're going to replace this with remnants. Oh, I can't. We will delete this. We will have a new key with remnants. And then we will say it will take 100 remnants. So this is going to be the real value of what it costs to build this improvised lumberjack station. And let's look at our game that we've ran no time with. So you're going to start with nothing. You wouldn't be able to build this until you got remnants, but the remnants, you should be scavenging remnants pretty quickly. We're going to have to adjust that. Lumberjack, botany, 100 is not that much. Max amount of construction is 500. Is that a little or a lot? I don't remember. Let's run it and try to build it, because we should have the research already completed. I think that's checked off. We have a little checkbox in the thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to make it more game-like, and that was part of like the this game sucks start of this talk, where this game sucks because everything's too much in testing. We did not put in what it produces, so we need to produce. So this is the construction cost. We got to put in output good. We have nothing. So the output good should be wood, obviously. And then the second key value is a production data. I don't remember this at all. Oh no, are we getting a crash? I think we have crashed. All right, we got to test that thing to see if this happens where there's like a floating thing in the background. You stop. Oh, there is. See, there it is. This is what happens is there's like this floating one in the background sometimes. If it crashes completely, it closes that one down, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's me or the Godot. It's very strange to me that this happens all the time. I need a new computer. So what the fuck we were doing? Back over to you. We have the remnants in here. Output goods we were about to do. We need to go to goods. And then we're going to do wood. But we had a production data here. Work amount after skill check. Work cost. I don't remember how this works at all. Do we have one that produces something? Here, this one produces fish. Work cost. Let's go back to our README and let's put some better notes in here. Output good for to count. Output get good for county improvement. Drag over good to output goods dictionary. Drag over good to output goods dictionary and inspector. Drag over generic production resource over to output goods dictionary. Okay, so this is that we don't have to do this anymore. Well, because I didn't understand how this worked. Create a new production data. So that's was this the key? No, the key should be the good data. We also have this, so this was originally this way because we couldn't get the enums to show up over here, but we can now. I wonder if we should fix this real quick. So we could have this enum, the dictionary could be the enum, and then the production data. We're going to break a bunch of shit, but it's probably better to fix it now. Are we doing anything else? What does the good data have? What are we using this good data here for? So we could pull all of this information from the list we create. So we have a list created of all goods. So we can pull, I think it's a dictionary. Actually, it could just be a list. It doesn't matter. We can pull it as a, yeah, it's just a list. We can pull it from the enum though. If we know the enum, we can pull it from here and get the name and all that crap. Do I want to change this second? It's going to cause chaos. And I don't remember if I'm using this. So let's look for output good. So we have this dictionary that we're looking at. String name, copy output goods, yeah. What does this do? We have to do a copy of a copy to make a copy that is unique. Yeah, this has always been a problem with these dictionaries, with the Godot dictionaries, but then you can't show them in the inspector. All right, let's not fuck with it. So we're going to have fish, production data. What does this thing say in our README? create a new production data resource in output goods dictionary. So this is the drag over as create a new. We want one. Create a new dictionary key pair. We want you to be 2. It'd be nice if you just updated. Get the fuck out of here. Drag over as the key. Create a new as the value. Click. Oh. Well, shouldn't you be number 1? This is what we want. We'll fix the numbers later here. So the first step is output goods. Let's delete this. What are we in? Fisher Shed? No. Let's go to here. So, no. This is number 3. Go back. Whoops. Control K or Control Xing, not. All right. Create a new dictionary. So basically, you're going to click that. Add key value pair. The reason there's this other thing is because when you do this, you have to click that at the end. So what is that? Let's go back to the beginning. There's nil. You click this button. You click output goods. Can I copy this? No, of course I can't. Click the nil. Dictionary part of output goods dictionary to create a new key value pair. Drag over the good to the new key. The good that we are creating is wood. Drag over the good to the as the new key. Create a new. So I didn't understand that you could just do this new thing back in the day. So that's why that's changed. So then number 3, drag over number 3, number 4. Then you click add. Because this is something I kept forgetting to do, was clicking. To me, it feels like it's done at this point, but you have to actually click that button. Then you click on production, add, right-click generic, right-click new production data and make unique. Really? Okay. I'll do that. I think it is unique anyways. I'm going to put a little thing in here. I think this actually is already unique if you create a new one, a new production data. Like, what is this, step 2, 3? Like in step 3. All right. Adjust unique generic production. Adjust new production data to the correct amounts. The main thing is work cost, so that this isn't throwing off the. No, it is. I was like, isn't this going to throw off how this looks over there? Adjust new production to the main thing is work cost. so that the average daily amount generated is correct. This needs to be set up correctly in the inspector so the average daily amount generated is generated. I know I'm making I'm making a little joke there, but right now it's not very useful. Max workers times global amount of daily work with bonus divided by work cost equals average. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. So I did put some notes in here. So work amount after skill check. Are we using that? Part of the issue is all these have to have export on them. I'm out of water to save it, and that's part of the problem. So then they show up in the inspector. I wish you could do export but don't show an inspector. Godot export but don't show an inspector. Export but don't show in inspector. I remember looking at this one other time. You can use the export storage annotation or export. Is this true? You AI piece of shit. Or export hidden. I don't believe you. Oh, maybe. Let's look at the docs. Because I remember looking at this before. Export hidden. Because that would solve actually some problems that I've had. We'll just put a new export up here. We'll put like an int. Export hidden? No. Export underscore? Export. Yeah, it doesn't know what it's talking about. It's full of shit. Godot. Where is it even pulling this shit out of its ass? I had a feeling. What is this link that you're... It's on GitHub. Describe the project. So they pulled this from an issue that is closed. I use export git to hide properties on it's occasionally useful for I think it's single. Yeah, so yeah, this is dog shit. So this is like kind of somebody suggesting something that they want it serialized, but not. Yeah, because I remember looking at this before. And so what I did one time is I moved it to like a thing that said, let's open up the production data. Because I can't remember how this shit works. Where is that shit? It's a data. It's a data, so it's over here. This should be... all right. This should be set in the inspector by someone. The amount of work takes to generate one of this good that has to be set in the inspector by someone. Today's good amounts. This should be... All right, none of this is very useful. Not very useful here. All right. Let's see what we got here. Back to the old boredom. The old boredom of trying to figure out what I wrote a long time ago. All right, make unique. I think this is already unique. All right, adjust new production data to the correct amounts. The main thing is work cost so that the average daily amount generated is correct. Average daily amount generated. If we look at the game, Yeah, so I think what's happening when Godot is crashing is there's that hidden game in the background. It somehow gets stuck in the back. When I hit like restart or something, it's actually like flopping this to the back. We have 16% explored, probably because we don't have enough things. So if we go over here, so this one's getting 100 vegetables per day without bonus. Oh, we got a bug. Divide by 0. Generate, what do you have? Oh, it wants the I to be lowercase. So here we are. So because that thing's 0, we're throwing an error, which is okay because we want shit to break, except I'm surprised that this runs. Oh, I know why it runs immediately. So let's run this again. It's trying to figure that out, but it's 0 in there. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Like it can be null, but it can't be 0. Yeah, so it's when I open that up. So when I went to county improvement, it's trying to generate probably not the researcher's office. It's right here, yeah. So this is the one that it croaked on. I think. These are very hard to read. I know I complain about that every time. Yeah, so we need to get... So what does this say? Max workers time global amount of daily work without bonus. So the Fisher's... Wait, was that the Fisher's shed? It was the shack. The garden makes 100 per day. That seems like a lot. Let's see here. Improv. No. Yes. So this we need to have. What does the fish? What does the garden have in here? We need outputs. We need production data. Output cost is 1. That's all that's in here is 1. So let's go back to 1 is the lowest, obviously, in 100. We're gonna have to. I can't remember. What is that under? What was that under? Work cost is 1. Maybe we should do it the other way around. Like we put in the amount we want per day, and then it does the math for us, because this is confusing as fuck. Okay, so so this is what's going on here. This is this math I was talking about. We can have 10 people, it looks like, in this one. Yeah, max workers is 10, and so you can get out 10 per day. Max workers is 3. So that's kind of how we were doing that, I see. That's fine. That works. So what was that? What was the thing we changed? Work cost. So let's go back to the README here. The main thing is work cost. So that the daily average amount, okay, work cost. Work cost must be at least 1. For this way, the average daily amount generated correctly is generated, comma, or period. Let's edit a README. This means to be set up correctly in the inspector, so the average daily amount generated is generated. Max workers times global amount of daily work with bonus work. Yeah. Without bonus. Divided by work cost. Is that what I... global amount of daily work. We don't need that open. There's so many globals. Daily work amount. Daily work amount bonus. So we want this readme daily work amount. So this is taking the max workers, dividing it. So 1. I thought we got away from making it. How did we do? I can't remember. How did we do? So scouting equipment actually takes multiple days to produce. How the fuck did we do that? Okay, so 100. What does it say over here? Oh, it's broken. No, wait, we fixed it. We don't have the ability to make scouting equipment right now. We could just... Is this off? Oh, because it has a prerequisite. It is off. We can do this test differently. Research. It's kind of fun to look back at this shit and fix these. Resources, goods. We need research items. Researched at start. I think this will work even if the prerequisite isn't done. Okay, county improvements. Why did I want to look at this shit? Joker, how's it going? I know I've asked you this before, but how do you... I want to export... I want to put the export... whatever it's called... this thing in front of something, but I don't want it to show in the inspector. Make it work. So primitive scouting equipment 0. You generate 0. I think this is supposed to be a... I think this is supposed to be... No, I want it to be serialized, but I don't want it in the inspector. Because it has to be exported for when I save the resource. But I don't want it to show in the inspector. I thought we got this to show a like 0.2 or something. That's what I thought we did. 150, 130. Scouting equipment, input good as fish. See, we got to fix this stuff, but I swear we got this to show like 0.1 or whatever. I wonder if we fucked it up because I like changed it to an int or something. And for a while it was a float. Let's put a note in because I do think the player is going to need that. I don't want to fuck with it right now, but county improvement. Like we need to show how many days it takes to get that. If a county improvement takes more, doesn't produce, no. Output goods take more than 1 day to produce, it should show something in the county improvement. I wonder if it shows something if you build it. Oh, I can't construct it because I don't have 1 wood. Can we get 1 wood? Joker knows all. He's going to find it. I think we've done this. We've tried. Oh, I wasn't exploring. I thought we were gonna explore, and I forgot to explore. Found. Though I did just discover something that's kind of, you can't use remnants for here. There should be the remnants. Does wood not have? Did something break? This should have, yeah, remnant substitute. Maybe we didn't have that for construction. Or whatever. What does this say now? Oh, we gotta produce it. See, there's no reason not to take that stuff, is the... Okay. Yeah, it still says 0. I think we fixed that. I must have changed like something to an int from a float or something like that. There's also nobody working here. Everybody's very eager to scavenge. Whoops. They should be hiring people here, but they're actually not. Everybody's scavenging. This has happened before, but it's fixed itself. Oh, it's back where they get scavenging and they never stop scavenging. Yeah, they should be working here. I'm trying to think if there's any. So each day they should double check. So as a day passed, they should have double checked and been like, there's something to work. They should have stopped scavenging. God damn it, that bug's back again. We'll put in a note, for fuck's sake. Oh. If more than one data proves it should show something in the besides 0 for production for amount produced per day without bonus. Blank issue, create. We need to put a new thing here. Actually, yeah, new thing here. Once again, if people start scavenging, they never stop. Even if something is built. Even if a county improvement is built. There's some list is fucked up again. I think if you build it right away, it works fine. But if you don't build it right away, it doesn't work fine. Man, I kind of wanted to try to fix that right now, but at the same time, well, we'll finish what we were doing. But it's like the 10th time this bug has come back, and every time I smack it down, it comes back again later in a different form. Wait, why wouldn't? Is there a reason they wouldn't work there? I don't think so. Where did I build it? I'm definitely in. Failed their loyalty check, failed their loyalty check. That's even, there's 20 people. Not everybody's going to fail their loyalty check. And so you're unhelpful, and you're probably unhelpful too, but all these other people. All right, we'll look at it. So that is under, good God, county. At days start, day end comes first. Check for recruitment. Subtract county resources. Copy. Check for healing. Decide buildings. Workday over. Is there enough food? Occasional needs. Check for days recruitment. Check to see how long each. Oh yeah. Check if county improvements are done. So at start a day, we have sort the list. Sort the list. Which list? County improvements completed list. It's sorting them. It gathers. Oh, do we not have it? Oh, they could be not working there because we don't have a stockpile. That might be it. This might not actually be a bug. What we need to have a big thing that says that there's a reason. Input goods is fish 5. Do we have any fish? No. That's the problem. Is there's no fish there. So what should be the input good for that? Let's fix it. Primitive scouting equipment. The input should be remnants. Remnants should be the inputs. So let's fix that. We're doing that now, like I was saying. Discord, you found it? I don't believe you. I believe you. I don't believe you. Change property in inspector with, what the fuck is this? This is like in GD script. Validate property. Oh, there's a video rep? Wow. You don't fuck around. Joker does not fuck around. Look at you. I'm going to bring this over here so you guys can see this. If I can. Look at this. Look at this. He included a video. He included code. Man, someone should pay you more money. Someone should pay you some money. I mean, people probably do pay you money, but people should pay you lots of money. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna have to look at that when I'm offline because that actually would help me a lot with these. It's becoming, because there's so many things that need to be exported for when I save it, that when I look in the inspector, sometimes it's very confusing. Like, what is this thing? Why are there 2 amounts? Why is there 2 max amounts? You know, and it's because one of them is for something. These are actually getter setters. Those ones I think I can fix, but other things are getting confusing, and we want to just show the stuff that we need to edit or whatever. There's some stuff we don't want to show. Thank you very much. Let's change the input good to remnants. Okay, so let's think about this, though. This is primitive scouting equipment. The reason why that has fish in there is because we don't have the stuff. So in a perfect world, let's go to scouting equipment workshop. So in a perfect world, the input goods would be a variety of things. See, I think this unique input goods actually is an example of something I want to hide from the inspector. I think it makes a copy of this that's unique so that it can use it later. Yeah, so we have fish, and then it multiplies the number of fish by the number of workers. So this, we have iron now. So what the 3 things we're going to need for this primitive scouting equipment, the 4 things, do I have iron? Well, there's no way to save it, so the whole thing is Iron Man. So let's pretend that we're going to set up this primitive scouting equipment the correct way. So the input good, we're going to need wood, paper, iron, glass. We don't have paper and glass in the game. So let's add paper and glass. We're just going completely off. We've lost we're not doing whatever we were talking about at the beginning. Paper and glass. Paper and glass. All right. Oh, I remember why we didn't want spaces, because it fucks up the alphabetation. The alphabetizing is wrong. Paper and glass. Well, let's do paper first. Oh my God, we gotta do this. Did you? I didn't check. Did you get your Saturday video up? I don't know why I asked. You always do. All right. Good. We need good. Good. It's a good. And we need, it's called, what are we doing? Paper? That's it. Then we good description. Good description. Paper. Then we need oh, you're that far ahead. That's awesome. That's awesome to get that much that far ahead. All right, we just need those two things for translations. So we're gonna do paper, and we're gonna do a material that can be used to write on. And then we're gonna need another good here, glass. And then we're gonna need another good description. Glass, glass. And then we're gonna need a clear but a clear material that you can made from sand. Sure, it's clear, right? Longer because your callable video prompted someone asked about lambdas. Man, lambdas are the worst. No, they're fine. Lambdas are fine. It's like emojis in code. I mean, that do something. Emojis in code. All right, there we go. Rock and roll that. So let's go put this one. We're gonna have so many goods, man. It's gonna be fucking crazy. These are non-perishable. We're gonna have so many non-perishable goods. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah, exactly. Can you use the Shuggy guy? This is a county good. We need to make these enums, so let's do that. We're gonna break a bunch of shit again. Terrain. I think we have all the trains, so we never have to fuck with the trains again, I hope. I took the time to do that. Maybe we should take the time to not be adding goods randomly at any random time. Is there enough of these? I feel like there's not enough of these. Paper. E, F, G. I have to go through the alphabet every time I do anything. And then let's build Hygical impulse. That's how I read that. Yeah, no, I have to do the man, I was organizing my bookshelf and that I had to do the alphabet like 50 times. Okay, everything's busted now. So we'll put paper. Is paper a raw material? I think it's a none. We'll say it's a raw material, actually. Glass, we haven't done. So the equipment type, there's no equipment type for that. Failure rate, 10%. How about we do 1% failure rate? So the failure rate is like how much it gets used. Remnant substitutable, absolutely. Absolutely. It's a county good, it's paper, it's a raw material. Let's glass. Let's duplicate this fish and we'll say glass. Automod. Let me look at what it's probably just a viewers thing. Yep. Just a viewers thing. Glass. We need to put the description for glass in here. Good glass. Description glass. Yeah, I've noticed that. I was talking. Well, I guess it was. Anyways, I noticed that a lot of the people that I follow on Twitch haven't been streaming lately. We're gonna say this is glass. Yes, we're done with paper. Haven't been streaming lately. Wonder why nobody's streaming. Is the days of streamage over? This is non-perishable. What about paper? Paper is also non-perishable. Is it though? Paper kind of rots away, but not to that point. We don't need an equipment data. It is substitutable. Okay, so it's a county good. This all looks good. So then we can build this one more time. Then we'll go back in. Well, let's run it and fix any bugs that we come across here. I think we made this more robust since yesterday. I think yesterday. I think I don't remember what we fixed yesterday. Did I put notes in? I did put notes in, but what did I do? I put notes in the README yesterday. Add create a good in the resources goods folder. This will throw off all the created. So what is your problem? This will throw off the enums on all. And look at this. I got started typing that in, and then I didn't do anything with it. We'll leave it there. I said enter, not delete. We'll leave it. Write this. Create the enum. Create a good in the resources folder. That's what we did. What is your problem? Let's do this. Convert body to link. I don't want to do that right now. Oh, did we have county good type none? County good glass. Raw material. Non-perishable. Substitutable. Paper. County good type. Raw material. Non-perishable. No equipment data. The only one that should have equipment data is this one, because it's the only piece of material. Let's look at iron ore. Iron ore, well, it's off. Oh, we're having that thing again. Okay, so what happens is I should know this by now. Iron or steel, we haven't done steel yet. Steel doesn't exist in this world. The reason it's upset is because now there's two with the same type, and it's because we added some, so it throws off the enum. I'm gonna put a note here since this happens every time, and I'm always like, "What is this?" Well, I mean, this is here. That's there. We won't put a note in. Food, fruit, glass, and now this one's gonna have the wrong thing. Influence. Yeah, see, here it is. This is glass. This should be iron. This should be iron ore. That one should be money. Paper we already did. This one is now iron ore, but it should be primitive. This one is paper, and it should be remnants. And research should be research. This should be storage. Non-perishable. Storage. Perishable. Vegetables should be vegetables, and then wood should be wood. Okay. One day we'll stop adding these. We should just add steel right now. So that, because I got to do this every time. And it also, now it's thrown off all those other ones that were unique. All right, let's look at our goods here. We're getting weird numbers because they are taking, because we, whatever. So we got our paper, because it's an odd number. Like literally, not odd as in strange, but odd as in, yes, I'm still listening to this. Odd as in an odd number, so it does it as best as it can. That's for storage. Fruit, fish, fruit, and vegetables. Okay. So we have those things in there. We had to do that. It's working so that we could go primitive scouting equipment. Is that why we did all that? We did it for this thing. So what we wanted to have is the input goods. We have it set as fish. So what we want to actually do is delete this. This is per. So we want to add in the new key is we're going to need iron and input goods. And then we'll say it takes 1 iron per person. And then we're going to want paper. And we're going to say it takes 1 paper per person. And then we want glass. And we're going to say it takes 1 glass per person. Add. And then we want wood. And we'll say 2 wood. Okay, then we're going to save this. Then we're going to run it. Then what we want to see is these input goods, input goods showing up. And it's going to be somewhat expensive. Like, that seems like expensive, but we're going to want to be able to use, we need this. So this is correct. See, we haven't imported the thing. But this is correct. That's showing correctly. We need to start out. We actually can adjust in our globals our starting amount of. See, so this is one of the ones that I was talking about the other day. I adjusted it in the inspector. This is not the thing that we were talking about earlier. We can just do 5. If sometimes I adjust things in the inspector, and sometimes I adjust them in the code, and it screws me over every time. I'm going to take a break in a second. Actually, I'll take a break after this shows we have a little bit of stuff. And so the reason why this says like 15 is because there's 3 things in that building materials category, and there's 4 things in the food category. But now we should be able to build this without any issues. And then I don't think we're gonna have enough wood to actually have people work here. So we need to see, because I think I took off. I'm going to look at this before I go on my break here. Okay, so it's been constructed. All right, no, they are here. So their use remnants is what, I guess we made it so you can't use remnants for construction. I wonder why we did that. There was probably, it might have been a pain in the ass, but the idea is that this is what you would need to build from scratch. But if you have remnants, you could click all these, and use them instead. So let's say you wanted to save the paper you had, you could go, I want to use remnants instead. And it actually that kind of looks okay. No, it looks terrible. But the idea, I think, is it's working. The idea, I wasn't sure if that would work, but I actually think it's going to work great. Because yesterday, Chad was helping me come up with events of things that people could find. And a lot of the ideas they had were like remnants. And so finding remnants is definitely gonna be an important thing. So they should be. Uh, there should have been 13 remnants that were scavenged. We only have two. I think people. Um, that's building materials. This is remnants. Two. What was that other number then? Oh, there's something wrong up here too. Because this should be, when you close this, this should give you a total of the remnants. I think that's remnants. Is remnants not? I think this is messed up. So here's a good example, though, of we would want to hide this use remnants because we don't want to edit it. Yeah, I think this number's thrown off. So when you don't have this open, it should give you a total of all of the remnants that are available. So there's two here. You know what it's doing, I bet you, is it's going through and it has that new thing that says raw material and it's throwing it off with that, doing the math. So let's put a note in for that. Jesus Christ. Once again, oh no, this is not broken. Let's just delete it. Can I delete you? Close as duplicate. Oh man, I don't want to pick the duplicate. Jesus Christ, no. Just close it. This wasn't really broken. Again. Close with comment. Get that shit out of here. But what we do have broken is top bar. I think I put this actually over here. I think we're gonna have to like do deeper dives into stuff again. Yeah, let's put this back over here. I was trying to, so I always get sidetracked working on like fixing bugs, or I see something I don't really like and then we never get any progress done in the game. And so I was trying to keep getting progress, but I think we need to go back to like really hammering on each little section. We probably do also need to put in like the vast majority of resources now. I don't want to do that because if there's something updates, we got to go back through and that will break every resource. But the thing is that like every time we add a resource, everything breaks anyways. So I don't know. I keep flip-flopping on this stuff. But let me throw my break timer and stop my music that you guys can't hear. And I will be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. Just in time. Okay, we'll add a minute. 50 seconds or something. Turn that off. Hit play on this thing. All right. What were we doing? I was getting sidetracked, and I was going to fix something, and then I went outside, and I forgot what I was talking about because I was thinking about something else, and I actually was. So I think this is the issue that I'm kind of like floundering on today, is that I'm like, we're almost to the point where the game is playable, and so it's like, do we start pumping the content in that we need to get it to work better and play it more playable, or do we work on improving all of the mechanics, because all the mechanics do suck. So, but we're getting to this point where we need to add, like, we've added like a bunch of resources, but we need to add probably 50 more. A lot of final production items, a lot of research items. We have very few research items. We need to add saving. We need to add multiplayer. We need to kind of like, reorganize. And I think that's probably part of the problem, is I need to reorganize my project too, to see what we are doing. We are doing next. But I already forgot what I was like. Oh, we'll just fix this. We'll do that. Let's see here. This is working how we want, though. Yeah, I don't remember why we had this set to a specific. We couldn't use remnants. I think maybe that was a oversight. Like, it was a pain, so I didn't want to do it. But we have another. Look at this back here. What the fuck? No. Value changed. Right here. It's right here. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here. Value changed. Storage HBox. Shut up. Okay. So let's do whatever I was doing originally. Let's keep working on that. Oh. Not important. Had to make sure it wasn't something about the stream. I don't usually check Discord while I'm streaming. All right, let's see here. So we are getting farther along. The game is nowhere near anything complete. It's still another 5 years out, but let's do. So what I was thinking outside was the next thing on the list here. So we do have. Yeah, we'll worry about the top part later. Story events, pre-built buildings. So we never even finished this. So what we want to do is go back and make sure that this lumberjack station. I think we do need to, and this probably use remnants to construction. I think that needs to have to be done. I think pretty severely. Because you're going to use up all the remnants of the old world, and you have to create your own. But at the beginning, you're going to have like because you have the old world to scavenge from forever, for a long time. But I think we're not scavenging enough, too. We're going to have to adjust the amount you scavenge, because it doesn't seem like we get very much. We only got 5. Anyways. So let's go back to our improvised lumberjack station. Our lumberjack station output goods is nothing. We need to output wood. And how many were we doing New production data. Our production cost is 1. So there's a problem here already. Give them all the wood. They are getting all the wood. So the problem is, go back up to, this is the lumberjack. So if we did cost 2, see, this needs to be significantly more expensive because this is a shittier version. So let's see if this works. We have no way to build this right now. So we could put in another research. We could create another research so we could see this. Uh-oh. I think it crashed. Bye. Yeah, so it does this every time. Oh, this usually crashes too. It's a thing. It usually is floating in the background. So it's here, so, oh no, it finally crashed too. My project.godot file, well, how do I fix it? It's probably because I was literally about to say that. It's probably because I've updated through, but I've deleted the .godot folder multiple times. So it should recreate that shit, shouldn't it? So I guess we'll create a research. Basic production. Is that what we want to do to be able to test this? Let's not do it this way. Let's do it this way. Let's go with what we were going to work on here. Which was the creation of... Actually, I want to look at one thing, though. I think I was on... When I first started it, I think it was like 4.1 or something. So it was definitely a much earlier version of Godot. So how many do we get with that cost? That was under lumber. It still says 30. Oh, did that change collapse, not work? Where are we at here? Production data. This shouldn't be remnants either. Production data 2. Actually, I think I put 3 on here. So it's going to cost more because what did I put that under? This doesn't have it. Didn't I just create this? Output goods. 3. I guess that didn't save. Output goods. Or I didn't do it. One or the other. 2. So we'll have it like, yeah, I don't like how the production cost works either. Well, we'll have to figure that out as we add things. See, this is what I'm talking about, like where we need to kind of like do a deep dive in everything. So 10. So we have 3 workers. Yeah, so that's about how we want it to. So as you get better ones, they improve. We don't have the ability to upgrade stuff too. A deep dive into each thing though takes like 6 months. So that's part of the problem as well. I'm very indecisive today. All right, we're gonna go with what we got here though. So what we're gonna do is we need to, when we get this story event. So story event data. This next thing. is we're going to have in here what building you get. So we have the reward amount or whatever. So we have the story type, which was already in here. What is, we have people, the reward type. Where are you? Is it not? Oh, it's story event reward type. Scavengeable, instant, people, scavengeable, and then we need county improvement. We've just broken everything though. County improvement, comma. We have broken all of our story events. There shouldn't be that many Almino PQR. We'll probably have a Raider one. Yeah, there should be probably a disease one or something too, because disease is going to be a big thing. I think these 5, though, are all we're going to have to deal with for right now. Let's build this again. Yeah, is there another file besides the .godot folder that where shit's stored? I should do this on my other computer one day and see if it crashes all the time. And then we would know better. All right, so story events, we have to go through every single one of these because I just busted them all. This is going to be instant, 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 instant. This is also an instant one. Category 2. This category should probably match, but instant, scavengeable, swamp, instant, instant. And then we're going to go back to story events, data, and then we're going to have underneath this, we'll do export, public, county improvement data, county reward, county improvements. We'll do that. We'll go over here. We'll build this thing. I don't know how the fuck this is gonna work. Actually, I don't actually know. This should not be. What are we looking at here? Because this says Tundra, but it says that I'm on here. All right. So we're gonna do a new one of these. We have river ruins. Where else is Portland? What else do we have? River ruins and forest, which is perfect because we're going to have. So we'll duplicate this thing. And this is going to be category. We should match this. Fuck it. This is going to be 4. Found. Lumberjack station. A jack shack. And so then in here, we need some of this. Story event found lumberjack station. Found lumberjack station. And then this. Whoops. I hit a key, the wrong key. And then this is going to be forest found lumberjack station. The explorers have found a working lumberjack station left over from the old world. And then we need accept. We need an accept and a decline. This is going to be forest. This is going to be forest. This is going to be copy this guy. And then I guess we don't need to copy found. Take control of the lumberjack station. So you're the work. No. Put the lumberjack station into production. No. Take control of the lumberjack station. Decline. Last thing we need is more wood. Ignore the building. Okay, so we have these 4 things. We will take this. We'll go back over here. Make sure we're in the right spot. Take this over here. Save that. Take this. Put that there. Take this. Put that there. All right. Reward. This should be county improvement. This should be nothing. And then this, though, we need to put in the thing they're going to get here. And I think the problem we're going to have is we're going to need to make a copy of this. I think we have a copy thing here. But let's go back to our... this is the banker that does this, I guess. We got to fix research too at some point. So then in here, we need another case. So it's instant. The first one is we're going to have to do is case all, nope, all enums dot story event data dot county improvement. I have a sneeze coming on. Let's go. It psyched me out. Add county improvement. Is that all we need? That's all we need. Story event data. And then we'll generate this. And then down here. That time it did it. Yesterday wouldn't let me delete that thing. Easily, that is. Okay, so we need to have... So we have the story event data has the county in it or something. Events county. Is this the county data or is it straight up just a county? This is just the county. I wonder why we did that. So having the county data. Dot completed county improvements dot add. I don't think we can straight up add this shit though. I think we got to go to our county improvement right here, and we got to copy it. New copy. Yeah, we got to make a new copy of it. There's another way we could do it. But I think this will work, except that I always forget to add things to this as we go along, and then I have some weird error later. When I add new, like, variables up here. What's been, have you looked at, no. I don't look at streams while I'm streaming. What's his stream doing? Does he go on break and never come back? I was just talking about people just stopping streaming. Is it? Should I look at it? Is it important to look at? I'm gonna put it over here, and I'm gonna mute that tab. Twitch. Mute, hurry, mute. Is he sleeping? It's just spinning on my side. It's just an empty chair. It's just an empty chair, Joker. So, remember, I think it might have been Crystal Mess's stream or somebody's, but I think you were there. I like went into a stream and I said I couldn't hear them, and like it wasn't muted or whatever. I had a thing turned on for Firefox and Twitch specifically to not allow the sound to start, because when you go to twitch.com, like the homepage, it always blasts you with some shitty stream. So I had this thing set up so that it would not allow any sound from Twitch when you first go to it. And so you'd have to have gone to you'd have to like go there a different way to get the things. Anyways, but I turned that off. So that's why I was worried about muting it, because every time you go to Twitch, like the homepage, you know, you get blasted by some idiots yelling about something. Yeah. What, did he just get up, take a break? So we got to do new copy. We're going to add story event data. No, we got to do, how does this shit work? Story event data. County good. It says like reward, but we do like need a new copy or whatever it's called. Maybe he had to take a massive dump. Maybe he accidentally started streaming. Oh my God, I've worried about doing that. That has been like, I'll be sitting here picking my nose and I'm like, am I streaming right now? And you know, I always take a nap after I stream, and my computer used to be in my bedroom, and I would like every once in a blue moon I'd get into bed and notice the light on the camera was still on. I'd be like, oh my God, am I streaming still? How the fuck does this thing work? Okay, so it's just new copy. Well, what I do is I just make sure that I should do that, but I just make sure that new copy. Wait, was that thing static? That was static. We got to go county improvement data. Yeah, that's what we want. There was in the good old days, I didn't know how that static shit worked, so that's why I was thinking I didn't. No, event county reward county improvement. All right, so it's going to add this county improvement to, whoops. Come on, you motherfucker. To county completed. To county completed. Yeah, that will work. So what it's going to do is when you accept this, it's going to add this story event county improvement. It's going to make a copy of it, though, to the completed county improvements. Have you gotten those? I've never actually seen one in the wild. Yeah, you know, there's a little door There's a little door on. I was like, why did somebody text me? Nobody texted me. It was a bill. They're saying they charged me. What was I saying? Oh, there's a little door on the laptops that I deploy at work that covers up the camera, and it's a constant issue where people say, I think I've mentioned this before. People say that the camera's broken. All right, so we have to test this. Let's run it. I haven't re-imported this, so we'll get the bad things. We'll get the bad things, the untranslated stuff. Yeah, didn't someone recently kill himself who got one of those? Yeah, I think I read an article that someone got one of those scams and they killed themselves because they were so embarrassed. It was like some kid, like a 14-year-old kid or something. Yeah, because they didn't like, they thought they were in real trouble too. Found wood. Okay, so we are getting random. These aren't coming out in random order, so that's what we want. There's 6. What? There's 6 of them. Oh, I bet you the found wood one has the wrong. Because found wood shouldn't have thrown that. It shouldn't be checking that. I thought we just went through and fixed these. Let's build this again. Found wood in here. County improvement. Instant. Do we have any other found woods? River. Ruins. Did I not change the name? No, it says Lumberjack Station. These are all instant. County improvement. Add county improvement to completed to county complete. This is there's got to be one in the wrong spot. Because it shouldn't run that unless instant. County improvement. Instant. Instant. Found nothing. Instant. Found nothing. Instant. Halfway through this, I also started double checking that this thing at the top is right. Scavengeable. Instant vegetables. Instant found nothing. Let's look at this switch again. So it's doing so the county improvement would also be, it's the first one. So it could be, if this was, no, I don't think that, I guess if it's null. Oh, maybe, no. Let's see what happens again here. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be the first one. Explore. 0% river forest. Okay, there's no air here. And it didn't happen there. So that was scavengeables, and we got the scavengeables. For some reasons, nobody's scavenged anything yet. Oh, because it was like the first day. Damn, dude. You got some good exploration done. Now we're starting to bring in some. Okay, found wood. Okay, so we got the air there again. So it shouldn't get to this at all unless we can probably close the README for now. This says county improvement. Apply, and we looked through them all. It said found wood at the top. Oh, what's this? This is just sitting out here? You need to go away. Instant. How else could it be? We can do a breakpoint. I feel like what I'm looking at here is not what we're seeing. Forest? Oh, what does this one say? Did we put the right? Where the fuck is it? It's forest. Does this have the right? This doesn't say like found wood, does it? Nope. Yeah, I totally feel like we're not getting these things aren't up to date. I wonder if we should put some sort of like code. Story events. Completed county improvement list. I wonder if I also have a method that does this already. There might be a reason we're doing this, that we do this differently that I don't remember. Can we go to... But why would it be running this unless it's like hitting... Apply correct. Am I looking at something? All right, let's stop this. This is the only one that says county improvement, but I'm betting that there's something that's left over. But these, we went through every single one of these. Let's close this and reopen it. Like maybe it needs to be like re-imported or something. Tell me if he comes back. Crystal Mess, that is. Like I said, a lot of people, you know, he started a new job. Maybe he just was going to start streaming and then he got tired and went to bed. Yeah, a lot of the people that we should re-import this too. I wonder if we have found wood in here twice somewhere. Found wood. Nope, there's just one of them. Re-import. And then, yeah, like I have a pretty massive list of people at this point because I've you know, rated people and I follow them, and it's blown my mind how many are not have just disappeared off of. Okay, so this one worked. Let's ignore it that time. This is found remnants. We haven't actually got this one yet. Oh, I thought we were gonna get the bug there. So this is the first time we've gotten the found lumberjack station, and we actually got a bug here. It shouldn't have run yet. Update info. Oh, this is when it croaked it. Okay, so that's a legitimate thing here because we don't have the reward good. So what we need to do is the reward needs to be a different thing. We should probably just write a quick little method here. Private void good or county or improvement name, and then we'll just replace good or improvement reward is what we'll call this. And then we will return a string, actually. And then we'll put this in here. We'll go if oh, we're gonna have three things here. We might actually need to make this a switch. I don't know how we'll do this, but we'll do it somehow. We'll start with just these two though. If current story event data reward good, I want part of this. Reward good is not equal to null. Then we'll move this to here. Return that, else return, why am I doing that? Else return if that is not equal to null, return reward county improvement name, and we will put just that. So why is it saying that this is grayed out? Redundant. Oh, you're right. We are redundant. KD. So if it hits that, what do you want? It always wants me to, oh, no, sorry, take that back. It does often want me to good or improvement. It often wants me to invert the if statement there, but I was pretty sure I had gotten the inverted if statement, the correct thing. All right, so that should do that. So if it's not null, it should do that. Otherwise, it can do the other thing. We're going to change that, though, in the future. So we have to test this again. We're running out of time. Should we raid Crystal Mess? A chair stream? The chair stream is... his chair you can barely see in the stream, though. You guys, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's somebody streaming and it's just a chair. What are we doing here? We're exploring. Okay, we found some remnants. We need to look for we found more remnants. We need to keep an eye out still for the bug with the wood. Okay, take control of the lumberjack station. Last thing we need is more wood. Ignore the buildings. So what happens here? We did not get an error. We go in here and we have a lumberjack station. See that shit? That worked no problem. Let's go away and come back. Holy shit. That worked. Now we need to make sure that what that wood issue was. Scavengeable. We actually got quite a few of them for these ones. So this is the one that kept breaking. And it's still breaking. Found wood. It shouldn't have anything to do with the... What is this actual error? Yeah, it shouldn't have anything to do with that. I bet you there's something is not updated right in our events. And it should be this one. See, we double checked this like 7 fucking times and it just wasn't right. That's what we wanted. All right, one more time. We're gonna say no to everything except for the wood. And once again, I like more when there's something bugs out and it's absolutely busted versus a crazy bug in the background. I know that's probably a common. So look, we got the lumberjack station first. We don't want it. We don't want that shit. Of course we want it. Here's our found wood. Perfect. Oh, I said we were gonna do nothing, and then I couldn't bring myself to leave this stuff out. Yeah, this is working good. I'm pretty happy with that. The next time, so we'll put this. So now we have one that's a category of that category as well. Pre-buildings, I know we only just have one, but gets that off the list because we have one working. Found people, then we're gonna do found dangers. We don't have combat; it doesn't work very well. It works fine, but I don't like it. So we're gonna leave the dangerous animal, but found people is gonna be one we'll do next weekend. Yeah. So we only got 6 minutes, so I don't think I can accomplish anything. I know I can't accomplish anything in 6 minutes. So let's push this code. It always makes it look like we did so much work. 47 files, and we added in 6 files, but no. It's just we like changed an enum on a bunch of these. Man, I'm kind of getting like I keep flip-flopping. Like the thing fucking sucks, but I'm also excited about it. I'm excited about it getting that it sucks. I don't know. Excited about it something. All right, so what do we do? Added faction good rewards to story events and county improvements. So we have both those working. Next is people. So people, commit and push. People will be. So one of the main mechanics. Well, one of the main mechanics is you never have enough people. But when you find people with these exploration events, one of the choices is going to be don't have them accept into your thing, and it will make a group of wanderers move around the map. We don't have that shit written in though. So we're gonna have to figure out if we want to do that now. That will be massive if we do that. Like it's a massive change. I was just thinking about how we would do that. That's why I was sitting in silence. So actually, let's look at Portland here. We'll zoom in, even though it doesn't matter. We could just add a button for the people. I wonder, maybe it's not going to be that hard. So there would be a button for the scab. Maybe we should just do it. Like it's just another thing that needs to be done. So, and we would have multiple choices, and we only currently have 2 choices. And yeah, these events kind of suck. We need improved events. We just got to do it. We just got to bite the bullet and put these events in. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do that. What is up on our list here? Because there's like a lot of. We'll be done with the story events, exploration. We're almost. Why is story events in here? Shouldn't story events be over here? Turn of certain events such as skill leveling. Edit. Turn off. I think I'm going to have to, maybe I won't do it off. Maybe we'll do it like the first stream next weekend. But we need to go through and reorganize this again. We do need to have this. So the thing with this I was thinking about too with the saving and loading is we probably need to have then a main menu. And I don't want to fuck with a main menu because it just adds testing. But we could have a main menu that we can turn on and off with a checkbox. Like it checks when you run. We can put in like auto load so it checks is this the game in test mode where the main menu is skipped or whatever. Oh my god, we never added books. Oh my god, and that's only found in exploration. There's so much stuff to be done. Oh my god. I know I just said oh my god 6 times. All right, we push that shit. Let's find somebody to raid here. We're not gonna raid the chair stream. We're gonna close this. Close this. I'm going to my music actually just stopped too. So that's perfect timing. Let's go over to Twitch here and see who we want to raid. We'll do. Is there anybody that we're following that we haven't raided in a long time? There's his blank screen. I don't remember this guy. We raided Munglo recently. Created by Critters. We were talking to him. I raided him recently too. Yeah, I don't remember this guy. He is a Godot C# guy. But what if he sucked? Not sucked as a person. I can't remember. So whoops. So let's raid somebody else. Let's go with software. Wait, what am I doing here? Similar or smaller size, same category. And I want Godot engine. No, I don't want Godot engine. I just want Godot as a tag. And then let's see what we got. Returning back to game dev, setting up base mechanics for a game. That sounds interesting. I do like to raid people who have their face on here, though. Can you use Godot to make interactive scenes for streaming? Maybe we should raid this guy again, but I don't remember him. I should watch him. Like, I was just whining that there's not enough people. This person likes books. No ads, chill, game dev, Godot, coding, indie. I like books myself. The real book lover. Let's go after some book love. All right. So we can start this, and I will do my outro now. Thank you guys for joining me. Next weekend we'll continue. We'll wrap this thing up. We might be able to push to Maine next week and do a build and push to Maine. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next week and have a good existence. Bye.